In learning unit number 4, we're going to talk about culture and health. Specific things to learning unit number 4 that we're going to go over, and of course this is the video that you're watching right now, but the overview includes what our topic really is. And the biggest point to bring across is that the influence of culture on health is vast. It's more than just risks of having certain illnesses or diseases. Culture impacts on patient communication, adherence to medication, family support, expectations, biases, racism, all kinds of things. So we're going to define culture this week and learn and discuss how it's related to health. So you're going to be able to, at the end, describe the factors that influence health behaviors and ways to elicit behavioral change. So you're going to do that by watching some videos, reading chapter 7 in your textbook, going to the United Nations World Population Report. I'm going to go over that with you. I'm going to do a brief overview of our Searching Our Libraries databases. And at the end of this learning unit, you're going to be able to do your discussion board posting and then quiz number 4. So let's look further down here. So quiz number 4 is again on chapter 7 in your Skolnick text. You have unlimited time to complete this, and again, with your book is fine, but by yourself, please. But you will need to complete it in one sitting. So once you click on, you do need to complete the quiz, just like the previous ones. There's a great video about how racism makes us sick by Dr. David Williams that I think you're going to enjoy. And then let's look at this link, the UNFPA's 2020 State of the World Populations Report. Now, there's specific directions here for what you're going to have to look at, what is going to be best for you to look at in order to complete your assignments, which include your discussion board post of this week, along with that opposing viewpoints paper that we discussed in Learning Unit 3 last week. So let's click on and just first of all see what this comes up here. About us. First of all, we want to know who is the UNFPA. And there's a brief lesson a minute. But the UNFPA, this is the United Nations Sexual and Reproductive Health Agency. That's the biggest thing you need to know about it. It's the UN, and they look at sexual and reproductive health. And their mission is to deliver a world where every pregnancy is wanted, every childbirth is safe, and every young person's potential is fulfilled, especially women and girls. So they promote gender equality and look to empower women and girls. They have partners in over 150 countries. So you can read a little bit more, but that's basically, you can look through the history. But what you're going to need to do for this course is you're going to go what we do. So the second tab up at the top, what we do. And then you're going to see that there's under human rights and gender, there's 2 categories that you can look through. Female genital mutilation, because remember on our opposing viewpoints paper, you're going to either speak to female genital mutilation or son preference. So once you click on there, you're going to get more information, and you're going to use this information for your discussion board post. So let's get back. So here are all the instructions here. And that's what I just reviewed with you. Then there is a video that I made. It's a 6-minute video on how best, easiest, but best way to search the library's database. So you know for your opposing viewpoints paper, you do need to have a peer-reviewed journal article, and this video makes it super easy. I tell you just the basics that you need to make sure you get a peer-reviewed journal article within 5 years, and how to select full text so you can get access to that article right away. If you were working on your master's thesis or your doctoral dissertation and you had time and you wanted to get very specific articles that our library didn't have in its database, then you can do an interlibrary or interlibrary loan. And the librarians help you with that. It's a very easy process, but that might take a couple weeks for them to get the article for you. But when they do, it's free. It's a great service. But let's go over the basics. And then your discussion board post. For this, and you do have to, I do ask that, no, you do not have to, my apologies, and I'll put it in here. You do not have to reply to one of your classmates, okay? I still ask that you have it posted by Friday evening. We're going to continue with that, but you do not have to reply to a classmate's post. I imagine that you might want to go on and check a few of them just to see what else people are thinking about. But your discussion board post is after viewing that world report that we were just on, the United Nations World Report. Share the following. Number one, simple answer. Which of those two harmful practices, female genital mutilation or gender-biased sex selection, which is also son preference, will you choose to complete your opposing viewpoints paper on? Super easy, right? Pick one or the other. Then tell us, why did you choose that practice? In other words, provide rationale of why. Why is this practice important for you, for nurses to learn about, or students in this course? Why is it important? And in order to do that, you're going to have to search the library's databases to find a peer-reviewed journal article that is on that practice, whether it's son preference or gender or female genital mutilation. So you're going to cite a source per APA, so that's both in-text citation and reference from the library's database. I am, can make sure that it's not that you're Googling to find a source or a good web link. Lots of good information out there, but I want you to be using the library database. So you're going to watch the video in this learning unit, which I just talked about above here, in order to do that. Now, so that's it. You're not replying to a classmate. And then you're going to see at the end, I have the drop box for your opposing viewpoints paper. But remember, it is not due until next week. So don't worry. It's just if you have time and you're writing your paper and you're getting something off your plate, you won't have to submit it next week. So I put the drop box here for any of the early starters. You can submit early. And if you need more information, go to last learning unit. And I have the information that was part of the video. We went over everything. Or you can go in the Start Here module and again find the same information about the grading rubric, etc. So, and this only takes you to the Dropbox. So you have to go back to the Start Here module or learning unit number 3 to get the information about your opposing viewpoints paper. But again, it's not due to next week. So a discussion board is due. You're reading chapter 7. You're watching a brief video on the library databases. You're looking at this report specifically to under what we do under human rights and gender equality. You're choosing one of those two harmful practices, watching a video about racism making us sick, and taking the quiz. So that is learning unit number 4. It sounds like maybe a lot, but start by doing your reading. You know what is the expectations are, so take the rest of this week to complete those expectations and have a good week.